Hello everybody out there, and welcome to another episode of the Talk That Talk Show with me, Barry Holmes. We got my boy Eric Rivera here on the Instagram Live. We got also Johnny Boy 120 on the Instagram Live. Shout out to everyone who's on our Facebook live stream as well. I'm just really happy to be here and come to you guys with, again, 123rd episode of the Talk That Talk Show. You know, it's been a very eventful week for sure, and, you know, coming off a week last week where, you know, I got swept 3 times in a row in bowling, and I told you just how terrible that felt. But, you know, I felt like I really rebounded back, especially after, you know, such tragic losses, man, in the bowling game. But, you know, I've told you so much about how, like, you know, at least through sports and some of those experiences, I've learned so much. And some of those times, especially last week, it was a growth opportunity because we came in there, especially at Greenbrook, and that was a league where we had took first place before. You know, we kind of just rolled in there like, you know, we got it like that. We could just walk up and beat you and do whatever. And it was a great awakening to all of us that, you know, you got to make sure when you're ready to compete, whether you're talking about bowling, whether you're talking about the Giants in the fourth quarter, any type of sporting or athlete that you are, you got to be ready to compete. And I think that last week, you know, we kind of came out a little bit too lax, and, you know, that's why we got swept. And one of the few times that's happened over the past couple of years. So, you know, coming into this week, I told my brother, I told my dad, I told the rest of my teammates, man, I'm coming with some different energy this week, man. I'm coming with some mega energy. Because at the end of the day, you know, I think the reason why a lot of people like to have me on their bowling teams or in their life at all is the fact that, you know, I try to bring such positive energy and try and bring, you know, that competitiveness that makes me who I am. And, you know, I really got to exhibit that this week where, you know, me and my brother, we go out there and we win 16-4. And that was a huge win for us. Then we go the next night with me and my dad and the rest of the team on Wednesday night. And we go out there and we win 7-9, get a big win. And then it all culminated to, you know, Thursday night at Woodbridge where, you know, traditionally, you know, I've struggled a little bit and the rest of us have struggled over there. But, you know, I came in there, again, like I said, with different energy and a different mindset. And, you know, I shot 633. Now, granted, you know, that 633 was like a 175, 222, 238 for a great set. But when it came down to it, and this is why, you know, bowling is such a great sport, because at the end of the day, you could be doing so well as an individual, but, you know, it's still a team game. So even though I bowled my, you know, really well, best that I had in this young season, you know, our team got smoked. And, you know, it's a tough feeling, man, when you lose 19-6 and you've had 4 out of the 6 points. But, you know, there's 2 things that I took away from that Thursday night. And like I said, it's never losing. It's either, you know, a learning situation or a win. And what I learned that, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to go down guns blazing. I feel like I should be in the Wild West or something because, you know, when it came down to it, when somebody just takes you the first game, they just beat you. You know, it could go one of 2 ways, man, where, you know, you falter off and you're like, oh, man, this guy's going to be impossible to beat. Or you just stand up on your 10 toes and just fight, man. And, you know, I kind of proved to myself that I got some fight in me, man. And, you know, to be able to beat this guy, you know, 2 out of 3 times. And then in the third game where we could have got swept, you know, but I had 4 straight to end the night and win by, I think it was like 8 sticks. And, you know, what I proved to my team was, even though we got smoked 19-6, I showed that I'm not going to stop, man. I'm not going to stop competing. I'm not going to stop fighting. And, you know, at the end of the day, all of that was possible because I came into the week with a different energy, you know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, how we come into things is very important as far as how we can conduct and how we can, you know, get the results that we're looking for, you know what I'm saying? And one of the other situations that happened was, I said about growth before, but I had a situation where, you know, I felt I was very proud of myself because, you know, there was a situation where, we had just got done bowling, and then there's a pair to the right of us, and I guess this guy was calling out some kid for sandbagging. Granted, the numbers were a little suspect. He shoots like 120, 113, then shoots at 240. Nobody does that. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely suspect. But the way that he came at, the kid, was so unprofessional, so disrespectful, and in front of the kid's mom, man. And, really, it kind of just, it was like Woodbridge Lanes isn't exactly the biggest place, so you can hear everything. And I kid you not, the guy was screaming at the top of his lungs. Then the mother, granted, she's not bowling. She shouldn't be saying too much anything, but, mothers are protective. And then you have this big verbal spat where the guy's talking about how the kid is sandbagging, but then his next throw, he goes and throws it in the gutter because he said, fuck it, the game's over. What do I care? You're sandbagging, I'm sandbagging. And me being the positive person that I was, and that I am, I said, bro, finish on the right note, man. And he, without hesitation, goes to me and says, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, man. And in years past, or, in times past, I might have slapped the shit out of this guy, man. I kid you not. But it takes a certain level of patience, and I want to bring back a meme that somebody actually posted on Facebook where it said, and I couldn't explain this before, but literally it says, you have to let lame people be lame. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, this guy looks like a dirtbag because he's throwing a game on purpose. And on top of that, me and him are the only black dudes in that bowling alley. You know what I'm saying? And I know that doesn't mean too much of anything, but, there should be some sort of mutual respect there. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's help each other up here. And homie just straight up told me, man, fuck you, bro. And like I said, maybe if this was Penn State Barry, or if this was Pennsylvania Barry, I might have, like Eric Rivera said, I might have yoked him up, I've never been afraid to throw the hands and pass. But, at 31, immediately after he, said that to me, no cap, I just walked away, dude. And what really, helped me to walk away was that I was already going to see my brother, who was bowling at Majestic not too far away. And I was like, dude, I got too much to lose, man. You know what I'm saying? I slapped the shit out of this dude. I could lose my new job that I've had. I could lose the respect that I've earned in the bowling alley. I could, not be able to bowl anymore. And, all these things crossed my mind. But again, there was one specific thing that kind of almost flashed in front of me, as this guy told me to fuck myself. And, it was crazy because what I saw was this kid. And, everybody knows I'm working in the schools now, but, you never know the effect that you can have on certain people. And this kid, came up to me at the end of recess. He comes, I can't wait to see you on Monday. And, to have a kid say that to you at 5, 6 years old, especially when I'm complaining about maybe getting up early in the morning to commute an hour and a half to the school that I work at. But, to have that validation from that kid that says, yo, I can't wait to see you on Monday. To hear teachers coming up to me saying, yo, we asked the kids and they said recess is their favorite part of the day. That shit flashed before my eyes, and I'm just like, yo, this dirtbag, he may not have nothing to lose, but I have everything to lose. I got so many people that look up to me. I got you guys all out here on the Talk That Talk show that look up to me, and what type of person would I be from slapping the shit out of this dude? I mean, sure, it might look cool, sure, it might be dope, but at 31, that doesn't give me the intrinsic value. It doesn't give me the validation that I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, he could hold that, but he's not in the same level as me as a person. And anybody that's going to say something like that when I'm trying to bring you up because you're so frustrated that you're doing the same exact thing that you were upset about, it speaks to the fortitude that this person has, and especially the growth within myself to not say, yo, I got to slap this dude. Instead, I'm saying, yo, I got to get out of here. Let me go see my brother. And I had the greatest time afterwards, seeing everybody at Majestic and, having so much to look forward to here today. I mean, granted, if I would have did that, I might not have got blessed with this brand new Talk That Talk Show hoodie that my boy who's going to come on a little bit later and talk about how he came up with this. But again, there are going to be people in life, guys, that are going to try and test your moral fortitude. They're going to try and break you. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be people that don't follow the same roles, or they don't follow the same social norms, or whatever you want to call it. There's just people out there that are not as happy or are miserable, and that just can't take defeat the right way. And at the end of the day, the best way to combat that is to not give them the response that they're looking for, yo. And at the end of the day, guys, I feel as though, even though that might be something that's very simple for most people, but when you talk about in a world that we're living in now, where everything is so instantaneous and things get popped out so quick, it can be very, very easy to lose your cool and very easy to do something stupid. And I'm just very proud in myself in the fact that his words meant nothing to me to warrant any type of response. And all I was trying to do is bring this guy up. So again, it's very, very important to stay true to who you are and don't let people knock you off that kilter, man, right? And guys, I'm telling you, man, this hoodie is fire. So I want to talk about it a little bit more. So I'm done self-reflecting. I'm done venting, guys. But yo, let me bring my guy here on the show. You guys may well know him very well. One of the guys I sampled, I think it was on the show last week where I had the Garden State Collaborative shirt. Guys, I'm one half of this Garden State Collaborative. And here, without further ado, is my other half of the Garden State Collaborative, Kenny Lou.
What's good?
What's up, Kenny?
Let me get in here.
Yeah, let's see if we can get him in here.
What's good?
Oh, that thing is looking good on you, man. Yo, you know what? I tell you what, Kenny, it's getting a little hot in here. I think I gotta get informed here and put on my Garden State Collaborative shirt. Oh, man.
That's tonight.
Yo, so Kenny, man, let's talk to him a little bit. But yo, first and foremost, how important is it to you that we kind of come together to make this collaborative work?
So, if you remember the night, Barry, I came up to you.
Mm-hmm.
We had basically the same purpose on what we want to do.
Yep.
With this collaborative. Anybody could do a collab. But what is the purpose?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? This purpose, from me was like, I want to show people that just be yourself.
Yeah.
Put yourself, where it's straight up positive vibes, like how you are.
Yep.
But you don't need to impress anybody. You don't need a front. You don't need to know everything. Where like, I don't know everything about fitteds, baseball, sports, but I know what I know. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to impress anybody, just to get some validation from them, whatever. I just want people to understand that this spotlight is big for everybody. Everybody can get their shine on. Doesn't matter how many followers you have, whatnot. If I want people to support me, it means that I want you to support yourself too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And, it's so great that you say that because, initially when we talked about doing this pin collab, one of the things that we were, a little indecisive on was how many pins that we wanted to get, right? And first we started with the number 50, and then, after talking about it, he's like, yo, let's get it to 100. And hey, I knew you were going to say, see? And I bring this to say, one of the things that Kenny Lou has really, and I also want to say a big shout out to my boy Savion too, because he's been a big proponent of this for me. But he constantly is saying, yo, let's ante up, let's ante up. So can you tell the people out there what it really means to just ante up?
To ante up. It's just like, you don't even, it's just put the effort in. You know what I'm saying, Barry? Like, everyone, they want that recognition, that shine, money, whatever. But they're not willing to put the effort in. You know? They think they want the easy route.
Yeah.
It's like, you take that easy route, people are going to know that you took that easy route.
Yeah.
You can't hide that.
No. And it wouldn't even feel good, right? To say that you've, took the easy route. I think part of the reason why it makes so dope to like wear a Garden State Collaborative pocket t-shirt or to have you rocking the Garden State shirt that we made, man, like it says, it's putting in that hard work. What you guys might not know is there's been times where Kenny's come straight off of work, to come work with me in the house, putting together ideas. We got a sketch pad. We got things of that sort. There's, some people out there that you might not necessarily be able to collaborate with. So, like, how do you think it's been for us to where we've had such a positive, working relationship to where we can create such dope shit, man?
Barry, that's the thing. Like, we all have different views, opinions, me and you. Like, I don't want to be around yes men. And I like that you tell me straight up, your opinion on anything, good, bad. I like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
People should learn how to take criticism, have that thick skin, and just understand that even your friends, they tell you the truth, appreciate that, the honesty.
And I think that, when you gave me the feedback initially where, I was thinking, yo, we got this dope thing, let me go hit up my boy, and do the same thing that I'd been doing with these pin releases with the Catmaster B. But you kind of really pushed me in the direction of, let's ante up, let's go to the next level. And then to add the glow-in-the-dark feature on those pins, man, it kind of just set us apart. So, like, what is, I know we've put the, we're really, on the path to putting these shirts out. We're going to have these pins released soon. What is the thing that you're most excited about with this collab?
I'm excited to just show people that, you don't need to know everything or know how to do everything just to make moves. Yeah.
Can you say that one more time to the people out there?
You don't need to know everything or know how to do everything just to make moves. Barry, you know how to use Photoshop, Illustrator?
A little bit, but I'm not a professional.
Same here. Shit, I don't even know.
Yep.
But look what people are doing. You know what I'm saying? These, influencers, out there. Some of them don't know how to use Photoshop, Illustrator, but they're making moves. By going to other places that know how to use Photoshop, Illustrator, going to these other people that know how to embroider.
Yeah.
So,
and
you don't need to know everything.
And I think that that's a huge topic to build on there, where you're saying you don't need to know everything to make those moves, because at the end of the day, there's no book out there that says here's how you do a hat drop. There's no book out there that says here's how you make your own hat. There's no book out there that says this is how you make a pin. This is shit that we're literally learning on the fly. And to have such success and to have the support from people in Jersey, like Javi Caps has been saying he can't wait to see our drop, which is gonna be coming soon. But again, I want to talk about something along those lines of what you said with trying to ante up. And what I've kind of also taken from it is that, if you want different results, you got to move differently, right? So it's like, for you to pull that out of me to go the extra route for, say, hey, let's ante up and let's get some shirts on top of the glow-in-the-dark pins. And, oh, shit, here's a shirt. What do you think of this? I value that so much, Kenny, and it's so lost in an era, in a time where everybody's so cutthroat trying to take out the next person and say, yo, this guy, he's doing some good shit, man. I can't fuck with this dude because he's on his way. I got to do my thing. And I think that it's just so important for you to, again, say, to share the highlight, to be two guys from New Jersey, two different parts of New Jersey. I mean, you're from Ridgewood and I'm from Edison, but yet, even though we have our differences, we're still coming together under that one umbrella, New Jersey. And, I know it means a lot to me, but what does it mean to you to try and, like, elevate Jersey? And, like, I know Cali cats are getting a lot of hype for their fitteds and stuff like that, but just how important is it for you to do it for the home team here in Jersey?
Doing it for the home team for Jersey, man, just being outside, yeah, we might be the armpit, but just go on Google, you know what I'm saying? See the number of talent that has came out of Jersey, you know what I'm saying? And just to put on for Jersey, it means a lot, Shit, even there's some people that might not fuck with us, I'm still doing it for Jersey,
right?
It's bigger than, the naysayers and whatnot, the people that don't believe in you. And guess what? I'll respect them. You might not like this and that, but I'll respect your opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to do me. You're going to do you. Keep it that way.
And it's so funny because the name of this, this podcast, is Talk That Talk Show. The name of this episode is called, With or Without You. And literally, that's pretty much what you're saying, is that with or without you guys, we're still going to pump out this heat. We're still going to put on for Jersey. And we have people like Eric that says we're rocking NJ out here in L.A. You don't know how big that is in a city like L.A. to have people rocking Jersey shit, man. Like, that means so much, Eric. And again, we have somebody like Jump Out who has his own dope podcast in Jersey. There's so much talent in here, and I'm just happy to, be one of the creators along with you to just put out hot stuff, man. And I know you were really, really excited to tell me about this hat that you designed for MyFitteds. And I know you brought it in here. You want to, talk about what you've been cooking, what you've been brewing over here?
Man, look what I got. Ooh. That Raiders.
Hey, yo!
Raiders Bojack.
You see this, guys?
Nice.
Oh, we got the Raiders with the baby blue, the two-tone blue brim with the gray bottom.
Metallic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Oh, I didn't even see it. Yo! I thought it was the gray. This is the silver bottom. Oh, my gosh. And then here, we got the Pro Bowl 1983 Pro Bowl Hawaii patch, guys. Yo, how the fuck did you come up with this, Kenny? What was your inspiration behind this?
As the nickname, Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
Bo knows. So with me, my inspirations come from athletes, rappers, anything that I see, anything that I, witness, experience. That's where my inspirations for these hat designs come from. Bojack, maybe I was too young, but I know I'm fully aware who he is. I might not be the biggest fan of Bojack, but as a sports fan, I think you would you would know who that man is.
Dude, Bo Jackson, for anybody that knows, he played football and he played baseball, and he played both at a very elite level. There is nobody that wanted to tackle Bo Jackson, and there's also no one that wanted to pitch to Bo Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So, at least what I've taken from this is, you kind of taken what the Kansas City Royals colors that he played for on that baseball team, and you've kind of flipped it with the Raiders colors and having this silver, man. Yo, I think the thing that really makes this dope for me is that you made this a two-tone. And I know how big you are on the two-tones. That's why I had to rock a two-tone on the show today. But, where has your love for the two-tones come from?
I think we had that talk, Barry, where it's just like, I see solid colors, and, in the beginning, even back in the day, I love two-tones over a solid color. It's just, with two-tones, for me, it looks like a baseball. It looks like a actual baseball cap.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, over a solid one color. That's just me, What do you think, man?
Honestly, man, like, I'm actually one of those people that, some may say that, black hats are played out, but I just love a black fitted, man, and that, you can freak some two-tone black hats as well, too. I also, I think that I've kind of stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit, with some of the different designs and the big colors that you guys have done and doing different colorways. But, most importantly, like, I think that one of the things that we both are huge on is just wearing what you like. There's some people that are brand loyal. They only rock this, they only rock that. I personally, I just like, going to different things. I mean, we had so much fun with the capsule drop the other day, Do you find yourself, like, I know that you're at MyFitteds and stuff, but, like, when you look at the works of other people, what is it that you kind of, like, look for from them that kind of says, like, yo, they did their thing there on that one?
Again, I'm half and half, to be honest, where, like, some hats don't even need, like, a story behind it. Like, if it's a dope color, I'm going to...
You're gonna rock it.
I'm gonna rock it.
Yeah.
If it's a dope color, I'm going to rock it. And then, yeah, I wouldn't mind, an inspiration, a story behind it. It brings out, the character of that hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it brings out, like, what was the meaning? Like, how they came about it. Who designed it. I want, like, that person's name. I want to know who did that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I feel like with some of these colorways, you could point out, like, oh, this person did it, or this store did it. And, like, when you do it like that, it's just like, you see people getting the right recognition. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody can color a hat better. You know what I'm saying? But when you put you're all in it, or even freestyle, like I said, man, if it's a dope color, I'm gonna rock it.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. Like, especially with pushing the boundaries. I know I was on Instagram saying, well, like, Hat Club had done this hat, and they called it the Cool Fashion 2.0. But as you can see, this hat was very similar to that, and you guys had dropped that first. So, is there any situations or times where you feel like sometimes people are biting off some of the things that you're doing?
Without doubt, with social media, people can see what other people are doing. Even behind the scenes, too. Sometimes, my boss be talking to other, creators,
distributors,
the designers. I mean, like,
my fault.
To the designers from all these other stores. They interact. Say, oh, I'm coming out with this, and they'll be like, oh, we're coming out with something similar. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a coincidence sometimes. Again, I don't really know what goes behind the scenes with somebody jacks or a colorway that we did. Again, some things can be coincidence, and whenever I see anything jacked, any colorway jacked, any idea jacked, it's just like a part of me is like, good.
Facts.
Because I'm doing something that people are gonna be like, oh, you got that from Kenny, or you got that from John, Benzo. Shout out to the team.
Big shout out. Saying?
So it's just like, you got that from them, and now look at them, the people that jacked the colorway. They looking foolish.
Yeah. Because we can see it.
Again, but I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Maybe they do, pick out from like a catalog, you know what I'm saying, where they don't get to choose, or do the designs, like
fully custom.
So, like, do some of these stores have like that actual designer? I don't know. Or do they only have like their rep that does the colorways or shows them that catalog, And
I think that should also highlight just how important of work that is that you're doing, because we've seen a lot of people try and do it and haven't had the success. we have Javi Caps here who says, Kenny, I fucks with your style. You step out of the box. And, again, it's those types of thinking, not just with designing, but also with, again, how we want to affect the community. And, with this whole Garden State Collaborative and trying to bring, more awareness to, the incredibly dope stuff that we have going on here in Jersey, one of the things that we discussed was, potentially giving out some of those pins away for free at a drop or at some, point giving some out. So, my question to you is that, I know where, my motivation comes from, but, for you, where does that motivation come from to do positive things for the community?
I would say my motivation comes from the people that got it worse than me, in real life, growing up, been overlooked, under the radar, just like not getting the recognition or just like gotta grind and hustle, to get food on the table, whatnot, even being like going to the motherland in third world countries, seeing cats hustle on the streets, selling water bottles or selling napkins, you know what I'm saying? Cats, that are just still positive, but in the hospital, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like those things motivate me because like I shouldn't complain. You know what I'm saying? I got, both my eyes, both my arms, legs.
Sound mind.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know there's someone less fortunate than me that would love to be in my position. You know what I'm saying? So when I say, like, if I'm not interactive, here and there, just know that I'm grinding, hustling. So when I do get big or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to help you out in real life. I don't want to help you out just in social media. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could give you a like, follow back. I want to help you, in real life. Like, oh, I know this person. Let me get you in contact with him. That, Barry, like doing things like that goes a long way over like, yo, let me buy your shirt. I appreciate cats, buying our stuff or that will buy our stuff or will go support, but like doing things like that is just like, dude, in the long run is like I appreciated that more.
Hell yeah. Like, and I guess what you're trying to say also is that like that huge substantial support doesn't always relate to monetary, right? Like you can do something huge and immense, make a connection, almost like Zishan did for us, where it's like, you're not looking for, shout out to Z, where, you're not looking for anything in return, but at the same time, you're building something so great, man. And, again, like, I've just been so pleased with just, the way that we've been able to put things together and just put on and make, dope stuff. Like, for so long, for maybe a year and a half where, I had just been making my own merchandise for the show. I never had somebody that, I worked with together on something that we've created. And, what I've seen is just from the buzz with us, doing those teasers with the, the pins or doing the teasers with the shirts, people are ready for this drop, man. And, along the same lines of not only just with that, but, I definitely want to highlight someone who commented here before, my boy Jose. Shout out to Cola Rico. But, to go to the next level with this, even with this podcast, Jose was so excited because, he's been working extremely hard. He's one of the most hardest working individuals that I know. And we might not get a chance to catch up as much as we would like. But one of the things that he told me was like, he called me. It was like 7 a.m. I'm, I just got off, I think, the subway and I'm getting to the school. He's like, I just wanted to call you. I listened to your podcast. That was crazy about what happened. I can't. And it's like, for those people out there that, don't get a chance to, see me per se all the time, these podcast episodes are a way for you to still be in tune with my life, know what's going on, know what things are going on and what we're doing. And I feel like, along those same lines where you have someone in Jose who is so happy to tell me that he is interested in my life and interested in this podcast and is listening while he's on the way to work, you know, it gives you that validation to say, yo, I need to come out here this Friday and make another episode. So, you know, along those same lines with this this collaborative, you know, I think, you know, at least for me, to see the validation from a guy like Eric, who's all the way in California, and he's repping his stuff hard, and he's getting other people to rep. And you got somebody like Groovy Brims who's out there, you know, killing it and spreading the word and constantly making posts, or Javi Caps who's reposting what you're saying and stuff like that. You know, those types of support, not just in a monetary level, go such a long way. So I totally feel you on that, because, you know, that phone call that I had from Jose, that got me through the first 3 hours of work, man. So, you know, guys, you don't know what your support can mean to us, man. So, you know, Kenny Lou, you know, before we head off the air, you know, I know what we got going on. I know how excited I am. You know, can you give a little bit of the people out there just a little bit of something that they can look forward to, or, you know, what can they look for from us with the Garden State Collaborative?
Without a doubt, it's going to be special, you know, where, yeah, it's between me and Barry, but it's for everybody else. You know, it's no matter what, we all going to make it.
Hell
you know
yeah.
What I'm saying?
And that's a big thing to say there, because at the end of the day, it takes a strong person to be able to put Jersey on our back, man, you know? And like you said, we're not alone. There's a lot of people that are putting out some dope stuff, but, you know, at the end of the day, Kenny, you know, we just got to, you know, keep putting out that heat, stay creative, and, you know, the rest is going to come, man. I know that, you know, we've had many conversations where we're talking about, you know, what it is that we want and where our goals are and how we're going to get there. And, you know, I still know those conversations, and I hold on to them, and, you know, they mean a lot to me. And I think that, you know, with you, you know, constantly, you know, asking me, or, you know, pushing me, saying, hey, you know, what's up with this? Or, you know, me coming to you saying, hey, we got this part, this step, now let's get this. You know, it's just, again, I'm just so excited to be working with you, man. And, you know, we got big things on the horizon, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Everyone out there, appreciate y'all. Should we do a pin drop next week, man?
Should we do the pin drop next week? Yo, I think I think that's something that we could definitely look forward to, man. And, you know, should we shake on that, man? Who knows? Ooh, guys.
I think we might have to. What y'all think? Should we?
Put it in the chat, man. Do you think, should we drop the pins? Should we drop the pins? Let us know in the chat, all right? But without further ado, I want to say thank you again, Kenny Lou, for coming on here, rocking out, and absolutely being yourself, man. I mean, the guy blessed me with this dope Talk Show hoodie before, and then also this Garden State Collaborative shirt. Who knows? You might see that on the horizon. We're definitely going to have some of these available, because, you know, if we drop the pins, we can't let the shirts be there by themselves. So
Get the combo.
Thank you again to our sponsors. My boy Timmy Hugel over at Ink Parlor. He's actually putting together some dope Talk That Talk Show bowling jerseys. I don't want to talk about it too much, but 2 weeks from now, you're going to all be wishing you were bowling. I promise you that. Also want to give a shout out to my boy Jeff Galata over at Air We Are, Joe Snow and Maria over at New York Life, helping people to get their financial freedom every single day. And then, you know, like I said, guys, want to give another big shout out to my boy Savion Gaynor over at Skydive Socks. Again, you know, he's somebody that never, you know, really lets you know what's going on as far as, you know, if he's up, down. But, you know, every time that I talk to him, it's always productive. And, you know, he's doing great things over there at Skydive Socks. So you're definitely going to want to hit him up for those custom tie-dye. Maybe we have to hit him up with some tweaking on our shirts too, you know? Shh, don't tell nobody, right? But, yo, once again, this is the episode of the Talk That Talk Show 123. Thank you guys always for rocking out with us as always. Every single Friday night, you can count and depend on the Talk That Talk Show to be here for you. Whether you're Javi Caps, whether you're Vitamin Z, whether you're Timmy Hugel, whether you're Robert Brantley on our Facebook Live. Guys, I appreciate you so much. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check our website out at talkthattalkshow.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, iHeartRadio. You name it, we're on it. Talking about Jersey, my boy Fire Brims has his pin drop. He just dropped the campfire pin. He also did an ice pin as well too. Check him out. His info's in his bio, Fire Brims. I appreciate you. I'll probably see you at the Pro Image drop tomorrow. So you better bring those pins because I'm going to have my money ready, all right? Shout out to Jersey. Shout out to my boy Kenny Lou once again for coming out here and rocking the show. Got any last words for them out here? I know they love you some Kenny Lou. So what you got to tell them? Last words of wisdom.
Last words of wisdom. Keep grinding. Keep hustling. We're all going to make it.
And that's a fact. And you know what? I'm going to put my stamp on it right here on episode 123. We are going to make it, Kenny. And I say 100 episodes from now, we're going to be in a much, much different place because to get different results, you got to move different. And on that note, we're out of here. Love you guys so much, and we'll see you next week.